when estimating ending inventory, okay, using the gross profit method for a mid-month report, which of the following is the correct first step? A. Conduct a physical count of all items. B. Subtract anything from cost of goods sold. C. Add net purchases to beginning inventory to find goods available for sale. Uh, D. Multiply sales by the gross profit margin. Okay, so sa mga na-experience na financial accounting 1 or intermediate accounting 1, so very mahirap din 'tong topic na 'to, 'no? So, sagutin na lang din natin agad, okey. So, para makuha kasi yung cost to retail ratio, ang first step na ginagawa natin is usually letter C, okay? So, add yung purchases and um yung ating beginning inventory na galing last month na inventory, 'no. So, para makuha yung cost of goods available. Yun kasi yung ginagamit, sa pagkuha ng cost to retail ratio, 'no. Puwede nating ang ginagamit siya normally kunyari kapag may mga, kunyari na-obsolete yung ibang inventory like binagyo or may iba na nasunog or may iba na ni-reported na nanakaw. So, walang way parang kung ipi-physical count mo siya, very mahirap very very mahirap kasi lalo na for example sa Super 8, very ano siya, hindi siya identical. Iba-iba kumbaga yung mga items. Okay? Okay, 7. Ito. So, a US company uses the retail method for estimation. If the cost to retail ratio is 60% and ending inventory at retail prices is 50,000, what is the estimated cost of inventory? Ito, so, solution lang. So, if ever alam niyo yung sagot, sige, pwede kayo magsagot for this. So, A, 30,000, B, 20,000, C, 83,333, D, 50,000. Sige. Wait ko yung sagot niyo. D. Kanina pa ba 'to pre? D? Kanina pa. Sorry, sorry. D. A, sagot ni Sarah. Ikaw pre? Ate Liz, si Ate Jean. Ano sagot niyo, guys? Oo, okay. A. Ah, okay, A. Actually, very simple math lang siya. So, A yung sagot. 50,000 times 60% yung cost to retail ratio. Cost to retail ratio is, so basically kasi, kung titignan nyo, ending inventory at retail price. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, yan na yung selling price ng ending inventory. Okay? So, para lang makuha yung puhunan para sa kanya, technically, multiply lang yung 60%. So, para makuha yung cost to retail ratio. So, ganun lang siya kasi. Okay? So, pwede tayong mag-sample scenario for that as we go on the, tawag dito, the training, no? So, para rin mas familiarize kayo, if ever that happen. Pero very seasonal lang din kasi yan. So, I think parang case-to-case basis. Kunyari, ayaw mag-physical count ng mga auditor nyo sa company or ng pag-survey yung client. So, may workaround para dyan, which is yun nga, pag-estimate ng mga ending inventory at cost of goods sold. Anak, masakit. So yan. 8. In QuickBooks, when you see inventory against a purchase order without an accompanying bill, what is the accounting recognition impact? A. Cost of goods sold is immediately debited. No accounting entry, no accounting entry is made until the bill is entered. C. Only the purchase order is marked as closed with no GL impact. The inventory increases and an item received, yet liability is recognized. Right? Anak, yung ano, ano lang, na-analyze natin yung problem, no? When you receive inventory against a PO without an accompanying bill, what is the accounting recognition impact? Okay? Sa QuickBooks, usually kasi, di ba, may PO na, wala lang billing pa si client. So, technically, ano pa daw yung ano natin yon? Ano yung entrada natin para doon or journal entry? Okay. So, sa mga nakapag-practice, baka kaya nyo masagot. Okay? Ba't may 3, Sarah? Ano yung 3? Aray, aray, atak.
Si at B. Open na dyan si
A or C?
C.
C. Okay. Gets. C. Baka malito kayo QuickBooks to Hindi to yung parang mismong ginagawa natin in actual. Parang nag-ano lang kasi tayo based sa system, sa cloud accounting system. So ano yung ginagawa niya? Hindi si Vic. Okay? Okay, sige. So basically, technically tama si Vic. Pag may PO na pero wala pang billing, may recording na dapat ng inventory and liability accounts sa QuickBooks, no? Pero kung titignan kasi natin, in actual, di ba? Pag PO pa lang, wala pang invoice na tinatawag. Wala pang nire-record nun, no? Pero pagdating kasi sa QuickBooks, ang PO na yon, usually kasi may mga, aray ko, usually kasi pag nag-enter ka na ng PO sa system, sa QuickBooks, automatic may papasok ng entry for that, no? So, pag nagpa-practice na tayo mamaya, makikita nyo siya. Okay? Sige, next. Under Philippine accounting standards, which of the following costs should not be included in the valuation of inventory? A. Variable production overheads. B. Freight-in charges. C. Abnormal amounts of wasted materials or labor. D. Import duties and non-refundable taxes. Okay? To explain lang, A. Variable production overheads. So, ito yung uh, yung mga ginagamit sa manufacturing kadalasan. Okay? Na directly attributable doon sa sa inventory na yon. Okay? So, B, freight-in charges. So, sa mga hindi pa familiar sa term, freight-in basically is ito yung um, transportation charges, kumbaga, from point ng manufacturer um, papunta sa mismong nagre-resell. Okay? For example, tayo, kumukuha lang tayo sa mga supplier which is alam to ni Vic, yung mga Marby, yung mga ano ba, Monde, 'di ba? May mga freight in 'yon. So, dinadala from their warehouse papunta sa Super 8. So, ang tawag doon yung mga freight ins. Okay? Then, yung C, abnormal amounts of wasted materials or labor, then D, import duties, and unrefundable taxes. Okay? So, ayun, may sagot na si Sarah B. So, to answer yung question natin dito, ang tamang sagot na hindi dapat kasama sa valuation of inventory is C. Bakit? So, past 2 is specifically excluded yung mga abnormal waste. Kasi ang reason daw behind that is reason siya ng mismanagement ng company. So, dapat hindi siya sinasama as part ng value ng inventaryo. Okay? Okay. 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 Then, what? What? Next. So, ayan. And a QuickBooks user in Canada needs to adjust inventory due to the obsolescence at year-end. Which transaction type is most appropriate to reflect this value change? Right? A. Journal entry to debit accounts receivable. Uh, B. Deleting the original purchase order. C. Inventory quantity adjustment, value adjustment. D. Creating a sales receipt for zero. Again, a QuickBooks user in Canada needs to adjust inventory due to obsolescence at year-end. Okay? So, ano daw yung kailangan gawin? So, ito na yung may write-off na tinatawag. Yung tinatawag nating lower of cost or NIP. So, pag ganon, usually yung ginagawa natin is BAD. Letter C. Okay? So, aray. Babaguhin natin yung value ng inventory. Kasi nga, dapat may nabawas kasi yung value ng product is hindi na same siya before. Kasi may na-obsolete na dun sa inventaryo. Okay? Okay, next. 11. A US-based company using US GAAP applies the lower of cost or market. At to recall lang, sa US, iba ang tawag lower of cost or market. Pagdating sa mga ibang standards, lower of cost or NRV. Okay? So yan, tuloy for LIFO inventory. So if the current replacement cost is higher than the net realizable value, which value serve as the market ceiling? Okay? So if the current replacement cost is higher than the NRV, which value serve as the ceiling? Okay? So ano daw yung ginagamit na ceiling para dito? So A, NRV, B, NRV less a normal profit margin, C, historical cost, D, current replacement cost. Okay? So ang ginagamit natin dito is letter D. Sorry. Mali ako. Mali ako. So NRV pa din. NRV pa din. Okay. Anyway. Aray, anak. So 12. An account, an Australian company, ASP 102 holds 10,000 in goods on consignment at a third-party retailer. How should this be recorded in company's QuickBooks inventory asset account? Okay, sabi dito, an Australian company hold 10,000 in goods on consignment at third party. How should this be recorded in the company's QuickBook inventory asset? Okay, so si Australian company daw holds 10,000 in goods on consignment at a third-party retailer. How should this be recorded in the company's inventory asset account? So, first, analyze natin sino ba yung consignee saka sino ba yung consignor. So, holds 10,000 in goods on consignment at a third-party retailer. Okay? So, basically, tayo si consignor. Tayo yung nagpa-consign sa retailer. Okay? The third-party retailer is consignee. Okay? So, sa books daw natin, sa QuickBooks, paano daw natin i-record yung inventory? No? So, A, written off as marketing expense. Parang very, very malabo to. B, recorded as sale at the moment of delivery to the retailer. C, transferred to accounts receivable account. D, remain as part of company's inventory asset. Okay. C, D, tama, pre. Kasi, technically, wala namang na-transfer talaga. Okay, parang pinahawak mo lang sa agent mo. Okay, so basically, sa part pa rin ng company is part pa rin siya ng inventory nyo. Okay, so, ang reason ang ano natin, para maano natin yung question, very malabo to kasi hindi siya permitted no sa standard ng mga countries. Be recorded as sale at the moment of delivery to the retailer. Hindi naman din consider as customer. Si consignee. Okay? Parang agent lang siya, sales agent. Okay? Transfer to an accounts receivable account. Hindi kasi siya pwedeng i-accounts receivable again kasi hindi nga siya customer. Okay? Sige. Next. 13. In the Philippines, a manufacturer experienced a temporary factory shutdown. How should the fixed production overheads incurred during the idle period be treated under Pass 2? A, allocated to the cost of remaining units produced. B, deferred as a prepaid expense until production resumes. C, capitalized as part of the goods inventory. D, recognized as expense in the period they are incurred. Okay? So again, fixed production overheads incurred during the idle period. Again, ang keyword dito is idle period, no? Be treated under past 2. Okay? So, ginamit siya during the idle period, not the production period. Okay? So, ang term dyan is, ang key term dyan is idle period. So, pag idle, ang sagot dapat dyan, expense siya agad. Okay? So, yun. So, paano pag ginamit siya as production? I mean, na-incur siya during production period. Capitalize siya dapat for finished goods. Okay? So, yan. Ingat din. Kala mo nag-exam, no? So, hindi. I mean, ingat sa pag-a-analyze. Okay? Kasi yung pagpapasok natin sa system sa mga documents eh. No? So, yun. Yun lang naman yung kailangan natin aray ko anak. Double check. Okay? Next. Aray ko wait. Aray ko. Ang sakit. Alam mo, magaan ka pa? Wait lang po. 14. A Canadian firm using Aspen goods to a customer F of B destination on December 30. The goods arrived January 4. How should be the firm recorded this in QuickBooks for the year December 31? Ayan. So, kung ano kayo nung last time, kung nandito kayo last time, na nag-discuss tayo, hindi talaga 'to na-discuss, okay? So, explain ko na lang, meron din mga iba't ibang term for this, FOB destination, FOB shipping point, okay? FOB destination pre-on board ibig sabihin niyan, no? So, then may mga iba pang term na tinatawag. So, nakalimutan ko lang yung iba. So, para to simplify lang, okay? So, pag sinabi kasing FOB destination, ah, kumbaga, kung ikaw si buyer and FOB destination yung terms nyo, ibig sabihin, si seller yung mag-shoulder ng, na kay seller na yung risk and rewards ng inventory. So, basically, wala na sa books ng buyer, then nasa books na dapat siya ng seller. Pag FOB shipping point naman, um, kasama dapat siya sa books ng buyer until ma-deliver yung item. Okay? Gets? So, ibig sabihin, FOB shipping point dapat sa buyer, then FOB destination sa seller na. Okay? Wait. Sorry. FOB destination, pupunta lang yung risk and rewards. Baliktad. Pag FOB destination, mapupunta lang yung risk and rewards sa buyer pala. Kasi dapat dineliver eh. Kadalasan nangyari to sa courier. Mapupunta lang dun sa buyer yung once na na-deliver na. Okay? Or nasa destination na tinatawag. Okay? Pag sinabi natin FOB shipping point, at doon pa lang ng point of shipping, yung risk and rewards, na kay buyer na. Yun yung tamang term. Ibig sabihin, pag sinabi natin ganun, okay, aray ko na. Pag sinabi yung ganun, pag sinabi risk and rewards, dapat yung recording ng inventory nasa kanila na. Okay? So sige, analyze natin. Canadian firm using ASP shifts goods to a customer FOB destination on December 30. Okay? The goods ship goods to a customer. So aray ko. So ibig sabihin si Canadian firm siya yung seller. Okay? The goods arrived January 4. How should the firm record this in books for the year ending December 31? So, ang key term dyan is FOB destination, tapos a Canadian firm using as ships goods to a customer. So, seller siya, Then ang ano nila, ang usapan nila, FOB destination. So mapupunta lang yung risk and rewards sa buyer pag napunta na sa kanila. Pero sabi dito, umarive daw ng January 4. So given that case, ibig sabihin, ang ownership is aray ko. Wag na. Ang ownership is na kay seller pa. That means kay Canadian firm pa yung recording ng risk and rewards. Okay? So, tagal natin to, no? So, ang sagot doon is put the items in inventory asset and do not record as sale. So, ang sagot natin dito is B. Okay? So, may nakasagot pa? Ba? Nakasagot si Vic, ah. Okay? So, sana hindi kayo nalito doon, no? So, medyo nakakalito yung FOB shipping point and destination. So, 15, when reconciling QuickBooks inventory to a physical count, you find more items on the shelf than in the system. Which account is typically credited in the inventory adjustment transaction? Okay, sabi dito, when reconciling QuickBooks inventory to a physical count, you find more items on the shelf than in the system. So, ibig sabihin, mas malaki daw yung actual na item kaysa sa system. Okay? So, ano daw yung gagawin natin sa ating inventory adjustment? Okay? So, A, accounts payable, B, inventory adjustment, C, retained earnings, D, inventory asset account. Ano ay? Ano daw yung credit natin? Anyone? Kasi mas mano daw yung ating mas maliit yung nasa system compare sa actual. D, D, D. Di ka ready? Aray ko, ano? Kulit ka. Ayan, ano? No, this. So, yan. Ano daw yung i-credit natin sa inventory adjustment? A, accounts payable, B, inventory adjustment, expense COGS account, retained earnings, C, D, inventory asset account. Ang sagot is letter A. So, credit baka maguluhan. Kung credit, since kulang yung nasa system or kulang yung nasa QuickBooks, dapat magdagdag. But since wala, so ibig sabihin, baka nalagay sa anong counterpart niya? Cost of goods sold. So dapat ang sagot natin dito is letter B. Okay? Kasi mali yung na-entrada para dun sa system or sa QuickBooks. That. Okay? So, konti na lang guys. So yan, 16, using the conventional retail method US GAAP, which factor is included in the denominator when calculating the cost to retail ratio to approximate the lower of cost or market. Okay? So when calculating the cost to retail to approximate the lower of cost or market. So, mark up and mark down. Okay, so ano daw yung actually kalimutan ko na 'to, So either ano lang 'to, no? Hindi pwede yung C, so either A, B, or C 'to. So I think parang B 'to, both net markups and markdowns. Okay. So dapat okay. Markups lang daw ang sinasama sa pag-calculate sa cost to retailers. Okay. Sige. So ayan, a business in Australia, ASP, has write down inventory to NRB. Later, the market recovers and the NRV increases. What is the required accounting treatment? Okay, sabi sa business in Australia, let's write down inventory to NRV. Okay? Later, the market recovers and the NRV increases. What is the required accounting treatment? Reverse daw by write down, but only after original cost. Recognize again in OCI. No, reversal is permitted once the inventory is written down. revalue the inventory to its new higher value. Okay? So this time, mas mataas daw yung NRV kaysa sa ah cost. Okay? So yung previously na markdown natin, na-write down, ano daw ang treatment natin. So basically, pag ganun kasi, hindi na nire-recognize yung reversal ng yan. Hindi na natin inaano yung reversal. Hindi na natin yung reversal, dapat ang sagot dito C. Okay? Okay, sa Australia. Pero sa Philippines kasi, as far as I know, hindi compiled yung reversal. So I think pagdating sa Australia, allowed yung pagre-reversal ng mga previously write-downs. Okay. Sige. So, may tatlo na tayong mali. 18. If a QuickBook user changes an inventory part to a non-inventory part, what happens to the existing value sitting in the inventory asset account for that item? So A, QuickBook automatically moves the value to opening balance equity. B, the value remains in the asset account but becomes orphaned from the item. C, the value is immediately expensed to cost of goods sold. D, the transaction is blocked if the item has a non-zero balance. Okay. User changes an inventory part to a non-inventory part. Okay. What happens to existing value sitting in the inventory asset account? So, ano daw mangyayari dun sa value ng inventory asset account? Okay. Ano open na? Oh, ayan. The value is immediately expensed to cost of goods sold. Transaction is blocked if the item has B. Okay, BC. Specific. The value remains but becomes orphan from the item. So the transactions is blocked if the item has a non-zero balance. Okay, sagot ni B. B. User changes inventory part. What happens to existing value sitting? Oh, kasi nga daw, previously, tinatrack yung ano niya, di ba? Kapag inventory kasi, ang ginagawa is, ini-asset mo na siya, then later on to expense. Ano daw mangyayari pag nilipat na siya sa non-inventory part? Okay? So basically, based sa accounting treatment natin kasi, kung sa real world, pag hindi na siya part ng inventory, dapat nare-recognize na siya as expense lahat. Okay? Pero sa QuickBooks, iba yung approach. Iba yung nangyayari. Okay? So ang sagot ni Vic is B. Value remains but becomes orphan from the item. C, the value is immediately expensed to cost of goods sold. The transaction is blocked if the item has a non-zero balance. Okay. So, for me, kasi more on ano si QuickBooks eh. So, actually, hindi ko pa na-try na gawing inventory or non-inventory yung inventory part. So, I think it's either letter B or C lang to. Okay. Pero kung ako ay tatanungin C, pero sabi ni Big B, pero ako C. Sige, let's say C. So, tama si Big B. So, ibig sabihin, manual journal pala yung ginagawa pagdating dito. Kasi since dapat, kung hindi na siya part ng inventory, di ba? So, kung iisipin natin, dapat wala na siya dun sa asset account. No? So, yun.
Friends, mag-e-end daw yung call ng 15 minutes.
Sige. Lipat tayo.
Reconnect lang. Okay.
Sige. So, last two. Under US GAAP, when estimating inventory loss in a fire using the gross profit method, if the sales were 100,000, and the gross profit margin is 30,000, what is the estimated cost of goods sold? Ito, madali lang to. Ano lang tayo. So, since gross profit margin is 30%, so, minus 100. Minus 1 lang. So, lalabas 70%. So, 100,000 times 70%, makuha natin yung estimated cost of goods sold, which is 70,000. Last 20. A. Simple lang, no, pre? So, last question. Ito, Philippines, if Philippines, if an entity buys inventory with deferred settlement terms paying after 2 years, how should the interest element be treated under past due? So A, recognized as interest expense over the period of financing. B, added to the cost of inventory, capitalized. So C, recorded as reduction in the sales revenue. D, ignored as only as the cash payers. So for me, dito kasi deferred settlement terms. So ito parang installment contracts, no? If entity buys inventory with terms, how should the interest element? Okay. So pag ganito, ay! No? So parang ang ginagawa sa kanya, unti-unting ipinapasok to sa P&L, parang naka-deferred. Deferred yung term. So kapag deferred settlement, usually yung expense niya is recognized as interest expense over the period of financing. So this should be a dapat. Okay? Yun lang guys, yung ating quiz na napakahaba. Charot. Okay. So, yan. So, 80% yung accuracy natin. So, yay! Charot. So, let's go na to the QuickBooks proper. Pero before that,